Morning all and welcome back once again to I Like Watches. Now I suspect the hardcore Christopher Ward fans are all over this, but yeah, you may not be. So in this video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about a new release from Christopher Ward. They've just launched a new version of their iconic diver, a new C60 Pro 300 bronze with a blue fading dial. They reached out to me a couple of weeks ago inviting me to borrow one of these watches so that I could get my hands on it, take some lovely pictures and produce this very review. And so that's exactly what I've done. This is also the first time I've had my hands for an extended period of time anyway on a C60 Pro 300 Trident diver. And I think this particular range of watches has become one of their more recognisable and perhaps most iconic range of watches. And who doesn't love a diver? I think they're most people's favourite style of watch, aren't they? So yeah, nice to actually get my hands on one for a few days, and I've got to say, it's very nice. Now this particular case is referred to as the light catcher case, and well, that might be the case when this watch is brand new, but this one is obviously a little bit older. It's a prototype, I believe, so it's not going to be in the same sort of condition that you would expect a full production watch to be in, but it was the only one they had available to lend me. So on this occasion, of course, I was happy to accept this watch. But yes, it's clearly been out in the elements for a little while. There's some patina on the case, so it's a little bit more dull than it would be when it was new. I love bronze watches, but I must admit, I like the new bronze look. I'm not a massive fan of patina, and it is something that, well, you're gonna struggle to prevent. There are things you can do to reverse this process, but truth be told, you'll be fighting a losing battle. So yeah, bronze watches are really suited to those people that like this patina effect. Sellita SW200 Kosk movement, so a particularly accurate movement, Swiss-made movement inside this watch. Very nice movement, 28,800 beats per hour, hacks, hand winds, and as you can see, this one is, as expected, running very, very nicely. Ceramic bezel insert, 120 click unidirectional action. It is a dive watch, obviously, 300 meters of water resistance. Doesn't sit too high on the wrist. It's a 300 meter diver, but doesn't really wear like a 300 meter diver. It's not that thick. It's the same sort of thickness that you would expect from a 200 meter diver. Gorgeous hands and applied indices. No patina on those at all. So yeah, they're going to remain consistent in terms of their colour and their reflectiveness. They're referring to these as being diamond polished, and yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They look exceptional. Lots of light play on the dial, at least. Oh, the bronze case, by the way, it's not CUSN8 bronze, it's CUSN6. Decent lume on this watch as well. I'll show you the lume degrading over a 5-minute period at the end of the video. It's X1BLC1 lume, for those of you that wanted to know. And the strap they've supplied with this particular version is a hybrid rubber strap. It's actually quite nice. They do make this watch or sell it on a different strap. It's an extra £10, but yeah, I think this one suits it pretty well. Matches the colour of the dial nicely. You've got a colour-coded date wheel as well at the 6 o'clock date complication, of course. Yeah, nice to see that colour-coded. Sapphire crystal, of course, with AR coating, and it doesn't add too much thickness to the watch, which is, yeah, a good thing, I think, with this particular movement and with this particular case and case back combination. Yeah, it would be a shame to then put a huge tall piece of double-domed box crystal on it, so I'm pleased to see they haven't done that. Buckle's nice enough, matches the material and the finishing on the case. The crown is signed. You've got a display case back. Screw down case back, obviously, screw down crown. It is a dive watch after all. You can see the movement. It's a fairly decent looking movement, isn't it? And of course they've got a personalised rotor with this movement. The finishing does look good, although it does become more and more difficult to see those transitions between the polishing and the brushing on the case as it starts to patina. I mean, you don't buy a bronze diver like this to enjoy the immaculate finishing and transitions between the polished facets and the brushed facets, do you? You buy it really because it does patina and it's going to get this sort of aged effect. And some people actually try to artificially advance this process. My advice would be just to let it do its thing as and when it's ready. So there you go. That is, I think, everything you would want to know about the latest release from Christopher Ward. Before I show you the loom degrading, I'm going to show you a few more pictures of the hands, the dial, the applied indices. These hands are quite iconic, aren't they? Let's enjoy them for a little bit. I'm not wild about the trident counterbalance on the seconds hand, but it is very recognisable and I guess iconic now. I gotta say, I do love the mix of finishing on the hour hand in particular. I could look at macro shots of these hands and applied indices all day long. Love it. Right guys, yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments section. I'll put a link to this watch in my video description. It's not an affiliate link, it just takes you to their website. And yeah, guys, as always, thanks for watching.